Here we go. Lake Lenape. Lake Lenape, New Jersey. We're in Mays Landing, New Jersey. This is Atlantic County State Park. Well, County Park. I'm going to give you a couple of videos of what these little shelters are and show you what they look like. Let's do this. Alright, so this is the first one off the road. Right. You had to hike all your stuff in. Did a video of this one last year. Gonna do a little different. So, just wandering, y'all. That's my thing. That's gonna be my thing for the year. I'm just wandering. Alright, it's picnic tables in a weird place, but okay. Looks like they came through with a tractor to turn over the dirt. Alright. So mine's already was here. Site 19. Got a fire ring. Let's go around the back side. See what it looks like. This also looks like it's another foot trail over to that site over there. Looking inside the site. Someone left some firewood again for the next camper. That's cool. I really appreciate that. If you don't take it with you, at least leave it for the next person. Maybe they get some use out of it. Decent sized fire ring. And then we have the crazy drop off. I have stayed at this one before, and yeah, it's pretty steep. I gambled with it and was successful, but it's a little sticky to get in here. All right. Moving on to the next one. Let's go check out the other site. Another foot trail. There's another spot to drop in. We actually got some steps. Nice kayak launch in between sites. Water's up pretty good this year. That's good. This is a good sign. If we can get that water to come up maybe another foot, it's gonna be a promising season. All right. Excuse my voice. I'm recovering from losing it. Alright, so we have another site here. This is going to be site 21. 21. Again, all these sites here, you're going to have to foot your gear in. You have to bring it in. Alright, so you might want to use a wagon, a cart of some type. This site here, I'm going to say a cabin tent. You know, something that sleeps 6 to 8 people, you might get one. You know, a tent that sleeps, 4 people, you might get 2 on here, but not much. Alright. Said this in my other video, the little rules that they have here are going to be, no alcohol, no swimming from the sites, quiet hours, I believe, from 10 until 7 or something like that. Here's another sign that says what I was just talking about, no swimming. All right. It's possible to launch kayak from here. It's possible. Let's get a good look across the way. Alright, continuing on. We have site 23. Looks like 22 doesn't exist because there's no placard for it. Fire pit at the very top. Picnic table. And you got your shelter. I would say you could probably put one tent back there. Looks kind of flat. Everything else is on a tilt. Site 24A and B. Alright, so looks like it's going to be a group site. You got one fire ring, you got two picnic tables. I see a possibility of about 6 tents out here. Alright, carrying on. You know, don't hesitate to rewind, pause, and get a good look at the sights. It's starting to get a little windy out here, so we're going to try to get it done. Now, there are going to be some sites that I do not videotape because of there's people on them, so we'll respect their privacy and not record the site while they're on it. Site 25, decent site, pretty big. Now, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that each site is allowed 6 people on it. I can see that all day here. There's enough room. It's pretty big. Alright. I'm 6'3". I can stand in the middle of that thing with no problem. It is tall enough to put a tent in it. I wouldn't say a cabin tent, but your traditional tent, maybe a 3-person tent, will fit in there all day long with enough room to put your gear on the lip or on the left or right side. Fire pit. This is ideal right here. This is a good launch spot for the kayaks. You know, very easy for people to get in and out. Here's some more over there. Let's get a shot at the placard, see what site it actually is. Nice little walk. So this one here is going to be 26. Site 26. It's another trail. Let's go to the neighboring site. It's pretty cool. Picnic table. I don't see any areas for a tent here. There's a little footpath down to the water. I'm going to say you probably can do the kayak thing there, but there's a lot of limbs there hanging there. There's a fence that divides these two. Let's go to find the placard for the next site over. 27. All right. There's a fence that divides the two sites. Fire ring, picnic table, and your shelter. I would say you probably could put a tent right there. That'll work. All right. So I'm gonna pause this for a split second, and we'll get back to it. You know what? Let's continue to walk. We can walk. It's gonna take me a long to get to the other sites, and I'll get some photos of what this sign says here. There's another sign over to my left, so get that on picture. Here's the road to get back here. This is part of the main road to come back. All right. So just so people are clear, I've camped here a couple times, and people have asked a stupid question. It says no vehicles beyond this point, meaning beyond that fence. Like, there's a fence here. I'm gonna use some common sense on that one, okay? But this road goes back to that parking lot. All right, road goes back to this parking lot. Now let's see what these signs say here. I'm pretty sure all this is in the literature when you first book your site. So the 35 sites, that's new, and I'm pretty impressed with that. So let's go get a gander. That's the bathhouse. The bathhouse is hit or miss. Sometimes it's clean, sometimes it's crazy. I think it really depends on how many people are out here this weekend. You know, every weekend that you camp, it might be something different. So I wouldn't say with good confidence to say, hey, yeah, these bathhouses are great. No. So you're kind of like rolling the dice when you go in there. All right, there's showers, regular stalls, and urinals, and I'm assuming minus the urinals are in the ladies' room. All right, so we got site 29, somebody's on it. We got site 30, and here's another sign again that says no vehicles beyond this point. Common sense, it's barriers. All right, site 30 is real small. It is designed just for a tent. I'm gonna walk up on it so y'all can get a good look at it. All right, it looks like there's a trail down to the water, but the trail looks like it's probably about 40 yards or so. That's site 30. All right, we're gonna keep walking. Work with me, people. I'm trying some new equipment. Got a little handle, or what you call it, a little stick. Using my phone as a main display, and I got my camera. Alright, so I'm not too sure. These are the new sites, so I haven't been back here to be able to say, give my personal opinion on it. So I'm gonna let you guys judge that one. Site 31. You have to walk back into it. I like the privacy already. It's a lot of mulch on the ground. A lot of mulch. Picnic table, if I had to say, 2 tents. That fire ring is questionable. If it's dry out here, even if it's not, you know, a drought, that fire ring, they should have opened that up a little bit more. It's a lot of brush next to it. So, and you have a pine tree right above the fire pit. Yeah, that's smart. About cutting that limb down. You got fire raging, they'll grab it, sap. All right, there's a disaster waiting to happen. We're gonna keep moving. Site 32. Site 32. Same thing. Fire ring. The only spot that looks level is right here next to the picnic table. Fire ring is level. Sloped over here where the moss is at, and it looks like there's another foot trail. Alright. 33. They're all on this footpath, so they're not too deep. There is no foot trail on this one. Comfortable. I see 2 tents here as well, maybe 3. When I'm giving these assessments in reference to tent size, I'm keeping in mind 3 to 4 or 4 to 6 people tent. So when I give a number, that's what I'm kind of shooting for, looking at size in my head. All right. Site 34. Same thing. There's a lot of mulch out here. Good thing is there's no sand. Definitely want to use a tarp before putting your tent down. Fire ring, picnic table, and it's a very small area, and you got a tree in the middle of your site. All right. Some of these sites look like they just poured some concrete, slapped a ring on it, threw a table out there, and sent it. So, it's my opinion. I'm sure everybody else will have their opinion as well. And there's another footpath down there. You can see where they dumped the old cement back there. Now this is a hike from the parking lot. So if you come back here with your gear, you're gonna work for it. You're gonna really want to do some camping. Okay, so here we are at the back of the site. Alright. There looks like this might be a little parking lot here. I know there's a little service road that leads back here, but it says by permit only. It doesn't say camping or not permit, but I would believe you can drive back here and park. So let's go ahead and walk and check out 35. I think 35 is going to be the one if you actually hustle back here. There's the walk. You can see the blue car in the distance. That's the walk to get to the bathhouse. Let's walk this real quick, see what's going on. I'm going to take that this is a group site. I'm going to say that this fire ring is out of place because it's on the trail. People are using it, but it's definitely out of place. Keep walking. Just wandering. Just wandering. Not sure what to think of this because I've never seen people camping back here. I've always seen the tables and stuff. Like when we're kayaking out on the lake, we usually beach up right over here and walk, stretch our legs, or whatever the case may be. And this is definitely a private beach. You know, the water's up right now, which is great, but that beach is usually about 4 feet long going outward. And you know, it starts from about here all the way across. And then looking across the lake, there's a little island in the middle of the lake. I think there's 2 or 3 islands out here. I've been on that island. Ain't much to see. You can get off the island and walk. It's like a footpath. People have fires out there and whatnot. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. All right. So again, right now it's April. Very chilly. Not too many people out here. There's a couple brave people out here. Respect. You know, camping is all year round. Is up to what you can handle. Bottom line. So I'm gonna end it right here. It's been real, people. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm gonna try to make a lot more videos this year in reference to whether it's camping, motorcycle, just chopping it up on YouTube, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna make videos. I'm trying to, if anything, give information that most people don't know or don't have time to find out, and you know, give some insight before you book something. A lot of people book campsites and they really don't know what they're getting into, or they've watched a video and, you know, expect one thing and turned out to be another. So yeah, we're going to just wrap this thing on up. I do have a video coming up soon in reference to French Creek State Park in Pennsylvania. That's one of the ideas that gave me to start making videos in reference to campsites for people to see what they're getting into before they book it. French Creek it looked good from some videos that I found on YouTube and TikTok and all that. But what people did not point out, French Creek, there's hills everywhere. If you want to get around, your bike, good luck. You better have an e-bike with a strong motor. Pedal bike, good luck. Teenagers are even struggling. If you want to get to a kayaking spot, you know, good luck. You got to drive your vehicle to it and leave it there or whatever. So there's a lot of information that was not put out into the universe on social media to explain the details of French Creek. So that's what prompted me to start making these videos on reference to what it looks like before you get there, and just have some insight, because I was highly upset when I went to French Creek. Nice campground, nice state park, but to get around, man, you better be ready to work, because you're going to work for it. Once you leave your site, your calves are screaming. So on that note, we're back to the parking lot. I know I said it a couple times now, but we're going to end this thing officially right here. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Other videos will be coming. The saying is, peace, love, and bacon grease.